Hi everybody, it's Catherine from In the Pink Designs. I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator, and today I'm using the adorable Count on Me stamp set. I just love it. It is a cling, and I'm using the little kangaroo. I just love it. There's two koalas, a kiwi, a penguin, kangaroo, a fox, and a bear, and a little bit of grass there. And there's a whole bunch of sentiments on this, but I'm using the sentiment from Hand-Penned Petals, Feel Better Friend. Alrighty, and what this is I love this ribbon. I'm going to be needing to buy another one quick because it's just the softest grosgrain ribbon I've ever had, and it's so sparkly and beautiful. But this I slid off, but you don't have to tie it around the whole thing. You can just put a bow on with a glue dot. But I put some Velcro on the side and it opens up and there's Kleenex tissues inside. I bought these at Dollar Tree, one of my favorite stores, and they come in a 3-pack for $1. Okay, so I have some other ones. They have like frozen and stuff, but those are a little bit smaller. So there's a little room from side to side, but I really wanted to fit this on. If you have different size Kleenex or other kinds of tissues, they might be a little bit wider or smaller, but that's okay. So this generally fits the Kleenex tissues. And then this you can just slide back on, but I'll leave that for later. Or you can just put it on with a glue dot if you don't want to put it around the whole thing. Alrighty, so for today we need a scrap of basic white to stamp. We need a piece of Highland Heather that is 8 by 7.5. We need, using the layering circle dies, I cut out a circle that is about 2 3/8 and a scallop that's a little bigger out of Highland Heather. And I use the Hand-Penned Designer Series paper. We need one piece that is 4 1/4 by 2 1/4. You could also put one on the bottom if you want to, but I didn't do that. We need 2 pieces that are 3/4 by 4 1/4, and 2 pieces that are 3/4 by 2 1/4. Alrighty, so we'll put them aside for now, and we're going to start with the 8 by 7.5 piece of paper. I'm going to get my Simply Scored. And we're going to start on the 8-inch side, and we're going to score at 1, 3.5, 4.5, and 7. Okay, then turn it to the 7.5-inch side, and we're going to score at 1/2, 1.5, 6, and 7. I'm going to fold and burnish. Okay. So now what I want you to do is take it. We're on the 7.5-inch side going this way, and there's 2 skinny rectangles down either side. Alrighty, and this is what we're going to do. Alrighty, so there is a square, a small rectangle, and a bigger rectangle and a skinny rectangle. We're going to get rid of all 4 of those on both sides. Okay, now it is symmetrical, so if you had it like this, it would be fine. We're just going to do it on one side. We're going to leave the other side. Okay, so let's start on the lower right hand corner. We're going to go in. There's a small rectangle and a square, and we're going to cut on that score line past the first score line up to the second score line that crosses it. Okay, and then you're going to cut that all off. Okay, so that's what we did. All right, now we're going to go on to this side, and there's a skinny rectangle, a square. I'm going to go next to the square and go past the first score line and up to the second score line that goes this way. Okay, and then we're going to cut that off. Okay, and that's what it looks like now. Okay, and this is going to be this flap right here. Okay. All right, so now we're going to turn it so that the pieces we just cut are on our right. All right. Now we have this square and a little rectangle here. We're going to cut it straight so that this piece is straight. Okay, and this is loose. We're going to get rid of the rectangle at the end and then wedge the sides of this to make a tab. Okay. Now we're going to keep this. There's a thicker rectangle and a skinny rectangle. We'll keep leaving this alone. We're going to cut the side of that straight. Okay, and this is our other tab. So we're going to get rid of the rectangle at the edge and wedge the sides of that to make the tab. Okay, so this is what we did now. All right, so now we're going to turn it so that this piece here is to our left. All right, we have the square and the rectangle. Cut that straight. Okay, cut off the rectangle at the end. Oops. And wedge that square. Okay, we're going to go to the other side of this piece here. Cut the side of it straight. We're going to cut off the rectangle at the end and wedge the square. Okay. And that's it. And I'm going to put it facing towards me again. So the two skinny rectangles would have been right here. We only have a little bit left of it. Alrighty. Okay, so now we need some tear and tape. And we're going to put it on all 4 tabs. But before we do that, let's bring in the detail trio punch. I want you to round the corners right here at this big flat piece. And then we're going to round the corners of these flaps. All right, the side ones. It just makes it fit better in the box when you do these side ones too. Just bend down your tabs and then you can fit this in there. Okay. And that's what we did. These 6 corners. All right, now we're going to put our tear and tape on, and I'm going to put one up close to the score line and one at the end on each tab. Okay, and we're going to attach all of these tabs to this and this, okay? So let's start up here. And we're going to match this line with the side of this rectangle. Okay, so these are going to be our inside flaps. Okay, we'll do this one. Again, this line, which is close to the score line, with the side of the rectangle there. Okay, and then we'll do it on this side. And that's most of our box there, finished up. Okay, now this one, I had the pretty purple one in, but there's only one purple in a pack, so I guess I'll put the green, because it actually has some purple lines going through it, so that's fine. Doesn't matter, I guess. Alright, you could also, I don't know where I put them, I had them here. The loose cough drops you could put in here instead of tissues if you wanted to. And it could wrap them in a bag and put them inside. The vitamin C ones are my favorite. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to use my little Velcro dots from Walmart.com. And I'm going to put just about, I'd say, 1/2 inch from each side. Maybe a little more, 3/4 inch from each side. Then I'll put the other one on it. Oops. With the adhesive towards me. Okay, and then make sure that everything's straight. And then press it. Gently open it and then push down each piece nicely. Alrighty. Okay, now we're going to put our DSP, the one that is 4 1/4 by 2 1/4, we're going to put right on the top. Okay, one of the 3/4 by 4 1/4, we have to round one side of the one edge. Oops, I didn't get that in right. There we go. And then make sure you do the same edge, because I've done it in the past where I lopsided it. All right, and that one is going to go right on the flap. Okay, and then all the others just go straight on. Alrighty, now we need to do our stamping. And I need the Kangaroo and the Tuxedo Black Ink. Just gonna stamp that on there. Okay, and I already fussy cut one that we can color. So that's nicely dried. And we'll do the sentiment after we finish coloring the Kangaroo. Alrighty, so I need a whole bunch of Stampin' blends. I'm going to start with the light soft suede. And I'm just going to color some of the feet, the bottom of the feet, and anywhere that we're going to put a little bit of a shadow. You can just do the hands too, because we're not gonna, that's too small. under the chin. All right, that's good for now. And then I'm going to come in with the dark soft suede, and I'm just going to put a little bit on the bottom, very bottom of the feet, right above where the hip is, where the arm meets, and under the chin. All right, and then I'm just going to blend it out and color the rest that's in that area. All right, and then just put a little bit on the bottom of the tail. And I'm going to go and make a line with the dark on the bottom. And just a little behind the leg. Oops. And then I'm just going to color the rest, so it blends a little bit. All right, then I'm going to do the outside of the ears and the face, avoiding the nose if you can. Okay, and then I'm going to use light crumb cake, and I'm going to do the inside of the ears and the belly. Okay, I'm going to put just a dot of light smoky slate on the nose, just not too much because it will leak if you really color it in. I'm going to color the leaf with light Mossy Meadow, the petals with light Highland Heather, and the middle with dark Daffodil Delight. Okay, and that's all of the stamping blends. All right, now let's take the basic white circle and glue it on to the Highland Heather scallop circle. You could stamp the sentiment first, but I could always put another circle over this if it screws up. All right, and then I'm just going to place the kangaroo without gluing it down yet. Just going to put it where I think I might want it. Oops. All right, and then I'm going to take the sentiment, which is Feel Better Friends from Hand-Penned, Feel Better Friend from Hand-Penned Petals. And I'm just going to place it, excuse my head there, where I think I like it. Okay. Alrighty, and then if I did it a little crooked, I can just move the circle. And I'm just going to glue the kangaroo on. I don't put much, I don't go all the way to the end with glue on the tail because it's off the side of the circle. Just trying to spread it. Okay. go. Right now I just need some dimensionals. Just make sure it's on there nicely. I guess I'm going to put 4 around it. My hands are very sticky from the glue. Alrighty, and I'm just going to put it towards the top because I want room for my bow. You could tie the bow first if you wanted to. There we go. And then I'm just going to get my Highland Heather Grosgrain Ribbon. Okay. Okay, and as I said, you can just glue one with a glue dot on if you don't want to tie it around the whole box. It'll conserve a bit of the nice ribbon too. Let's see, it really ties very nicely too. You don't have to struggle too long with it to make bows. Okay, and then I'm going to use some of the In Color gems, which are out of stock right now, but hopefully they will be in stock. And my Take Your Pick tool, and I'm going to put some of them on here. I'm going to put one over here, and I ran out of the purple, so, and then I'm going to put one up here and one over here. Okay. Alrighty, and then I'm just going to take some Wink of Stella and put it on the flower. And that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I appreciate that time you spend. And if you need a demonstrator and you would like to buy some of these products, please consider buying from me. If you don't have a demonstrator, or if you just want to give a one-time purchase, that would be great. Please subscribe and hit the like button, and I will see you next time. Bye.